Hello, everyone. Today, I wanted to talk about meditation. This mysterious, thing that we've heard about that is it's got a rebirth. It's actually back into the consciousness. Meditation. Meditation, how important is it? Well, back in 1996, who you're looking at right now is not the person that I was in 1996. I was a radio disc jockey, a rock radio disc jockey, and sex, drugs, and rock and roll 24/7, throttle down the whole bit. But somewhere in there was this person. And this person who was in the old me wanted to follow through with this. What is this meditation? It sounds like once you get there, then you have all the answers. So I was listening to a Wayne Dyer book, and he was talking about the Transcendental Meditation class. That's the Transcendental Meditation class. So I thought, okay, great. Well, I'll sign up for that. And then once I get that, then I'll meditate and that'll be great. I can get there. So I thought that it was an instruction manual, an actual map, to get to this spiritual orgasm. So I go and I sign up for the Transcendental Meditation class. And on the piece of paper, it says you couldn't have done alcohol, tobacco, caffeine, or any drugs in the last 24 hours. Oops. So anyway, I still did it. I still did the class. And then I went back for the checkup classes. And I kept wondering, everybody else is, sitting around in this room and they're quiet. You can hear them breathe, burp, fart, all kinds of stuff. But I wasn't understanding what was going on in their mind, because what was happening in my mind was my leg hurts. I have to go to the bathroom. Did they just fart? How long is this going to last? When do I get there? What's happening? Why isn't this working? I don't know. I can smell that person's breath. I can hear my tummy rumbling. So these things kept going through my mind. That's way not what I wanted to talk about, really. But I thought, okay, that's not it. Why is not that happening for me? This is the Maharishi Mahesh Yogi's program, Transcendental Meditation, to transcend. So anyway, they recommend 20 minutes in the morning and 20 minutes at night. And through the years, and I've had lots of evolution since then, I would go back to this and go, okay, well, maybe it'll work now, because I've been sober for 15 years. And I thought maybe it'll work now, so 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes at night. And I thought, oh gosh, if I didn't do it that day, I would feel guilty. It became a lot like having to go to the gym. And as you know, going to the gym means actually going. When you go to the gym, that's the hardest part, is actually getting there. Once you get there, it's easy. And believe it or not, the person that you're looking at, I used to go to the gym all the time. I used to work out all the time. I was a lot thinner, but I was a lot less happy. I used to think that once I reached a certain goal, a BMI, a weight, or whatever, then that would equate to happiness, and that's not true. And I busted my butt for years trying to be something that I'm not. I found that true happiness is in acceptance and moderate, eating and exercise. I'm fit, but I'm 50, and I'm a big, whatever. That's just what I'm destined to be, and that's fine. I'm actually, if you go to the doctor, very healthy, and I've never been that way before. So anyway, that's not what I was going to talk about. What I was going to talk about is meditation. How come you can't get there? What is it? So I still have a sign up here that says meditating, that over even the last 2 years I would put up and think that I needed to come and sit in this room and, sit in a chair and try to get there. And I still had the same. I have to go to the bathroom. My leg hurts. What's that noise? I have to buy that at the store. What am I going to make for dinner tonight? Blah. Okay. So Yogi Ramacharaka. We talk about Yogi Ramacharaka in Yogi Philosophy and Theosophy because it's a man named William Walker Atkinson who wrote this book. This is, wrote lots of books and under several pen names. Yogi Ramacharaka is one of them. From this book, he writes about meditation. And again, this is not William Walker Atkinson. He wrote it down. He was the scribe. Okay. Meditation does not mean that a man should sit around doing nothing but meditating with his gaze fastened upon his umbilicus, as is the custom of some who imitate the terms and language of the yogi teachers and prostitute their teachings. On the contrary, it teaches that it is man's duty and glorious privilege to participate in the world's work, and that he who is able to do something a little better than it has ever been done before is a benefactor to humanity. Okay, so that makes more sense to me. And also, as we go through, we talk about yogi. yogi and yoga, which is huge now. Back in the mid-century, last century, maybe last 50 years, yoga has become, now you think exercise, only exercise. What is yoga? What is a yogi? Okay, to me, a yogi means a student, a practitioner, one who combines or, to join together. I've written some things down. I'll put the links down below. A particularly reflective or mystical person. Somebody who, I look at it as student is what it means to me. But yoga, a yogi is somebody who is an active participant in yoga. And yoga is not just the postures. That's become now an exercise solely. But it really is a combination of physical, mental, and spiritual principles to attain the union of the self, okay, with the supreme being or ultimate principle that resides within. And that's where we come with meditation. So what is a yogi? Are you meditating? You're here on Yogi Theosophy. You want to go ahead and find out the answers. It's amazing how many people write in to this channel because they have the answers. They go, oh, no, that's not right. Because in my book that I've written, it says this. And I find the more that I study these books, Theosophy, the Kabbalah, all of these teachings, these ancient wisdoms, I have far more questions than I do answers. And it's interesting how many people come in with all the answers. You don't need anybody else. No one else can have the answers but you. Please listen, if you have to pay for it, it's not real. It's not real. I cannot emphasize that enough. Okay, so what is a yogi? I believe that Krishna explains it best in the Bhagavad Gita in chapter 16. Just bear with me. Here we go. Fearlessness. A yogi is fearlessness, purity of heart, perseverance in acquiring wisdom and in participating in yoga, which is not just the exercises. That's really to get in touch with the supreme within. Okay, charity, subjugation of the senses, performance of holy rites, study of the scriptures, self-discipline, straightforwardness, non-injury, truthfulness, freedom from wrath, renunciation, peacefulness, non-slanderousness, compassion for all creatures, absence of greed, gentleness, modesty, lack of restlessness, a radiance of character, forgiveness, patience, cleanliness, freedom from hate, absence of conceit, and these are the qualities of a divinely inclined person, which would be, that's the best description of a yogi that I've heard of, a divinely inclined person. And that's what you're doing here. That's why you're watching this. I'm here to tell you, you don't need me. You don't need anyone. What you are looking for is inside yourself. So it's not going to come. No one can give it to you. No one can teach it to you. You just go inside. And I guarantee you, once you go inside and you're quiet enough and get in between the thoughts, just get into something that, for me, it is the trees. Out in the trees, not in the trees. I'm not in the trees. Out among the trees, along the river, in nature, when I go on these walks. That's where I find that I've actually found and accessed this quiet, this space in between the thoughts. Helena Blavatsky, right before she died, not immediately before she died, but just before she died, between 1887 and 1888, she gave this particular diagram to a man named E.T. Sturdy. And this is a diagram of meditation. I will include links down below. This just simply talks about the benefits and what you get and what you lose when you're meditating. You'll hear the Buddhists talk about, I've gained nothing, but I've lost, fear and anger and all that stuff. And it's basically the same thing. You're looking at, when we talk about theosophy, it is the foundation of all the world's religions. And it goes back before the organized religions of today. So anyway, here she talks about the diagram of meditation. And I'm just putting this up here. This is not the only way. There's lots of ways. But this is something that I find helps me. First, conceive of unity by expansion in space and infinite in time. That means that saying, I am all space and time. You get beyond the physical senses. You get beyond self. You get beyond lust and greed and anger. And you actually get into a place where equilibrium, and you have calm. You lose all dread and fear, because if you say, I am all space and time, I am all space and time. I am all space and time. We've talked about the macrocosm, microcosm. We've talked about the connection, but getting above yourself, getting above the person that is your lower self, and recognizing and listening to the higher self. Because in the Bhagavad Gita, I believe, it's my understanding. You read it for yourself and get your own understanding. Please, don't just listen to me. But Krishna is the higher self. Arjuna is the lower self. And we all have this. We are all able to do this, and we are all able to access this. If we want to change the world, okay, we can change ourselves. We've heard that being said. How do you do that? Listen, it's inside you. Go inside and listen and hear. What you are looking for is inside yourself. Believe me, these people that are saying they're ascended masters, stop it. Stop listening to them. Don't pay anybody a penny. Not one penny. Don't do it. It's inside you. The divine spark is inside yourself. What you are looking for, you have. Find something that is not watching television, okay, or watching these videos. Find something that is a repetitive, pleasant, natural action. My husband likes to restore antique furniture. So when he's in that space, that's his trees and river. For me, as soon as I'm done filming this, I'm hitting those trails. And I go out there. And when I'm there, when I'm in that space, oh my gosh, I can't even begin to tell you. I just want you to know that what you are looking for is inside of yourself. For meditation, you can find it in the space between the thoughts. In this physical world, there's a lot of thinking and a lot of drama that's going on and a lot of figuring things out. Try to go to that space where it's quiet. That's all. Just try to go to that space where it's quiet. Stay there as often as you can. If you don't do it that day, that's fine. It doesn't matter. But just go there, because what you are looking for, you already have. You don't need anything else. You don't need me. Everything that you need, you already have. So I wish you all the best. Happy meditating.